back to Urban Rhino Tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pair of scrap fabric earrings. So basically I'm going to make the other earring to go with this set here, with this one, so I can have a complete set. You can use any scrap fabric that you have. You don't want it to be too stiff, so I would probably stay away from real leather. If you use faux leather, a lot of times it's a little more like flimsy and you can bend it more, but you want to be able to gather your fabric together. So make sure that you are cautious of that. So I have about roughly 3 to 4 inch by 3 to 4 inch square here. I just kind of, you know, like I said, roughly cut it off there. Any fabric will work. I would keep in mind that if you pick a fabric because you really like the print, obviously it's going to be bunched up, and it's also, if it's a really large print, you might not be able to see it as well versus a smaller print. So again, just keep that in mind. I am going to begin, actually first I want to show you that there's a couple ways you could assemble these. So this way, which I'm going to show you here in a second, where I've tucked the fabric through a large jump ring and then secured it with wire, and then you just trim up the bottom. Or you could use an eye pin and loop it around this and use one of these bead cones. And then, so if you had it so that the eye pin was connected to this fabric, it would stick out the top, and then you would use your round pliers and round nose pliers and make a loop and attach your ear wire like that, and then you could trim these off. So that's just a different look. So it just kind of depends, you know, what look you're going for. This is a little maybe more polished if you want it to look a little more clean. This is a little more what I would say like boho type. So there's either option there. So I'm going to show you how to make the other one of these here. So you would take your fabric, roll it up, and it needs to be rolled fairly tight so that you can fit it through your large jump ring here. And when you put it through your jump ring, try to keep the opening of your jump ring, I'm pulling it halfway. Try to keep the opening of the jump ring on the underneath side so that when you gather the fabric around, the opening is not here at the top. So I have that fabric tucked in, and now what I'm going to do is kind of unroll the fabric. I want these edges to be exposed here. So it's going to look a little messy at first. So again, unroll it. And then what I am going to do next is use some 20 gauge wire and wrap it around the fabric to secure it. So I'm going to match those two up, pull that. So I'm going to wrap my wire, a little piece there that's fabric sticking out. So I'm going to wrap the wire right around like this. You can make sure that you wrap it around if you want to do it nice and uniform, like in a coil that's right next to each other, or you can kind of do free form. I have wrapped it around 5 times so on this one, so I want to do the same on this one. So I'm going to pull off a piece of my 20 gauge wire, about 8 inches or so. It's way more than what I need, but it's nice to have some extra to hold on to. And I'm going to wrap it tight like this, and I'm going to check and make sure that I've got it similar to that. Yeah, I didn't want to have my coil too far down and then it not match up to that one. So there's 4 and 5. And then what I want to do is make sure that when I trim off this extra, that I am trimming them and then flattening them down on what I'm going to consider like the back side of the earrings. So I use my pliers and just press that end down. So both of my ends of the wire are on the back. Okay, so now when I turn it over, I've got my secured fabric there. And I want these to be the same length. So I am going to hold them together and trim this up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm doing it, I want to say kind of choppy, but kind of choppy. I like the end to be a little bit messy. And even if it starts to fray a little bit, like I think it kind of adds to that kind of more boho look. Okay, so now those are the same length. The only thing that's left to do is to add on the ear wire. So all I have to do is I usually, when I open my ear wire, the loop of it, I usually use my round nose pliers because those are not rigid and they don't put a mark on the wire, so they're not going to indent it. And then close it back up. Make sure it's closed completely. And there you have your scrap fabric earrings. Simple enough. And like I said, if you want to use the bead cones, you could certainly use those as an alternative. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you stay connected with Urban Rhino on social media. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and of course, subscribe to our channel.